this ability to, everything from the ability to self-custody, to maybe have, control, as you said, over what goes into a block. If we want to have that such that at least a percentage of the world always has a chance, the only way to do that is to have decentralization of hash and decentralization of the block template creation. And I know that for me, when I first became aware of what Ocean was doing, that was the primary reason that I put my support behind it, and Barefoot put its support behind it. So I don't know, maybe Rafa, you talk about your...
Yeah. It's very similar at the end of the day. And I think one thing Mechanic was saying is another thing that also always caught our attention is the fact that when you pay a pool, an FPPS pool, right, you're paying them for something. And a lot of what you're paying, I like to say it's kind of like insurance, right? You're buying insurance so that you make sure that you're gonna get paid the next day, but it comes at a cost, right? It comes at an indirect cost of knowing that some of these FPPS pools, they need financing, because the luck component of Bitcoin is there. We can't remove it, right? And they're still gonna be running into that. And what the FPPS model did is that it made an incentive for centralization, because the one that has more funds, the one that can fund, the pools for a longer period of time, because they still need to pay out the miners at the end of the day, right? Ends up with the highest amount of block control, right? And that's a problem. It's a huge problem, I think, as Bitcoiners before anything else, right? We want to solve for that. So just like you, when I saw that, and I saw even before the things we know today, right, through what we recently found out with blockchain analysis, is that there's even higher amount of concentration than was previously.
Yeah, it's worse than we thought, right?
Yeah, but even before that, we already thought it was centralized enough that we needed to do something. And I think, again, as miners, the right answer is not for us to have 100% of our hash rate with Ocean, but it's also not to have 100% of our hash rate with any other pool, right? We should be contributing to a little bit of each of them, and I encourage people to do the same thing we did. Just run the numbers, right, and see. You're going to find out first that what you're getting paid is not what you should be paid. And on the flip side, there's a lot of noise around Ocean and how much you get paid, but if you isolate for luck, and if you actually look at the blocks that you receive, when they were mined, the fees that were being paid around that time, you find out that you actually get paid, if not more, the same amount that you would get paid in other pools, right? All of that being said, I think there's still a component of making sure that, if you are a smaller miner, I'm not going to take away the fact that, it's hard. They may go 5 days, 6 days, 7 days without a block. Some of these need to settle energy bills every day, right, as we know. And that's an issue. And Mechanic and Luke can talk about, I think, the things that they're developing, around Lightning Network and everything else to make that, I think, less of an issue in the future. But I'll just finish by saying that, one of the things we talk a lot about is also, we're in the beginning of what we're going to be seeing in terms of, block space creation. There's going to be a new market for block space. There's going to be a new market for, shares, iShares, or whatever it's going to be that is going to be out there, right? And we definitely want to be in the forefront of that, right? So just being close to Ocean and being able to see what they're developing, trying to understand that, I already think it's a huge advantage for miners. And the ones that don't follow this, they're going to be left behind, right? Because this is the new market.